when you met her, were dating her, and you thought about married her, it didn't occur to you this woman is too old for me?
Yeah, it did. It did.
And why did you go against that?
Um, I went against it because, mm,
Kenneth, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
yes, sir. How are you doing,
Oh,
Mr. Jesse?
all is well, Kenneth.
All right, great, great, great. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of your show. I appreciate the way you talk about the mind and how the mind it just being in control of the mind and being conscious of your thoughts. I
Yeah.
find myself slipping in and out of thought at times, not being conscious of different things.
Yeah.
But
Are you realizing that all thoughts are all lies all the time about anything?
yeah, absolutely. Because I'm married, and my wife is actually she's older than I am, and of course you said don't do that. That's trouble. And it and having an older wife, it does come with a lot of battles because they already had this mindset where they want to, take control and kind of like oversee and dominate things. So like I'm at a battle, with that. So being in control of my mind has really helped me through that process.
Oh, good, man. How
Yeah.
much older your wife are than you?
Oh man, 10 plus. So I'm just giving you a small range, but yeah, about 10 plus.
So your wife is 10 years older than you?
Yes, yes.
You said 10 plus years, more than 10?
Yeah, well, she's a couple years more than that. So I'll give you the number 15.
15?
Yes.
Your
yes.
wife is 15 years older than you?
Yeah.
You married
yeah.
your mama.
I know you was gonna say that. Yeah.
Why did you marry a
Yeah.
woman 15 years older than you? Is she in an old folks home now?
You see? Oh man. Yeah.
What made you marry a woman that old?
Oh man, it was something that I did out of like you said, following love and different emotional things like that. But,
Yeah.
yeah. So that
You have children with her?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Has she?
Absolutely.
And so, has she been married before?
No, she hasn't. She hasn't. But
And so, what is it like being married to a woman that old?
like I said, it's on my end. I can speak from just seeing that she does have her ways where I see where she's right in certain areas, and like I can see where I'm reflecting on myself, and I see, okay, I could have did that differently. So she's more advanced, so she sees things when I'm making, errors and different things. So she can kind of like, but it's not supposed to be that way. I'm supposed to be the one seeing it and
Right.
being on top of everything. So it's like, so I gotta kind of respect that and be like, okay, she might have a good point. Let me think. But then at the same time, I gotta make sure that I'm the man and I'm leading and I'm not falling into that trap of being led.
Is that hard to do?
Like you said, well, it's a battle of the mind. It's a battle of the mind.
Does she obey you?
No, it's a battle. It's a battle, and that's where my frustration comes in. That when she's not, responding.
Right.
It's like okay, I can't, yell at her. I can't, go out of, act out of my character because I have to get her to be a certain way. I have to kind of give her room and let her be, in that area, and I have to just let God kind of, open things up and let my So it's been times where, she would go against it, and then I see different things happen to where, she'll realize, well, I should have listened to my husband. So it's back and forth. It's not like she's in total disobedience to me, but it's always that battle. You're younger,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
always that thing in her mind. So you are right when it comes to, when you make that decision, you want to, marry somebody younger that is more willing, and it's easier for her to follow.
Yeah, men are created to lead, and when they marry older women like that, because women are very cunning, it's hard to. It's like marrying your mama. You can't. They're not going to listen to you. They'll try to control you, especially since they have a cunning mind. They know how to manipulate you, right? And so they'll try to
Yeah,
control you. They're
yeah,
not going to listen. When you
yeah.
when you met her, were dating her, and you thought about married her, it didn't occur to you this woman is too old for me.
Yeah, it did. It did.
And why did you go against that?
Um, I went against it because, mm, I still don't regret the decision or any of that.
Right.
I love my wife.
Right.
I just, I'm just agreeing with what you said when you made the comments about, being in a position to where you can lead and being the head. So
Right on.
and I believe God can work. He can work all things to His glory. But
You believe that he could work all things for his glory?
So I think I'll say this. If you're doing something in direct or disobedience, that's not in that sense. But I mean, if you're in a situation where the odds may be stacked against you, he can work with you in that situation. It may not be perfect, but he can work with you.
Yeah, you could definitely. If this is what you're right. If this is what you mean, you married this woman. She's older than you, but in that situation, you start to realize, wow, I shouldn't have done that. But it still can be worked out for you if you start working on you. Have you gone and forgiven your mother?
Yes.
You went and forgave her?
I told her my mother, my issue with her was growing up, I was the boy. I would go outside and, work and do stuff outside in the yard and do stuff like that. But when I came home, I was, taking care of my clothes, wash, dishes. I didn't have to do any of that stuff. So what I forgave her for was just the pacifying and not allowing me to, be responsible in that regard.
Yeah.
But as far as the other stuff, my mother, she was pretty laid back. She kind of got her. She has her father's personality. Yeah.
What did she say when you told her you forgive her for what she did to you?
Well, she didn't really comment on that fact. She just acknowledged it and said, yeah, and and your grandma. So it was her and my grandma that raised me. So she just acknowledged it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you forgive your father for not being there for you, protecting you from that?
I hadn't talked to him directly, no.
And why not?
I just need to open up the line of communication. Our communication isn't open the way it should be.
And why not?
I work, I take care of my family. I don't reach out. It's just certain people in my family I just don't really reach out to that often. I try to every now and again, but that's just how it is. It's nothing. It's no animosity or anything. It's just kind of how it is right now.
So do you want a a quote unquote communication, open up communication line with your father?
Yeah, I would like to. Yeah.
But why don't you do it though?
Absolutely.
It's gonna enhance your life in ways that you can't even imagine. Why don't you do it now that you're starting to work on your life? Why not return to your father by talking to him and let him know, and it's just going to help you in your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why haven't you taken time to do that?
Well, I don't. That's a good point. I need to reach out to him more, but I do. You know, when you say that, you make me think. I do reach out. I call him more than he calls me. So, yeah.
And when you ask him why is that, what does he say?
I never asked him that.
Why not?
I don't really concern myself with what other people, do.
Oh.
So if he doesn't call, if he does call, I just make sure I reach out on my end.
All right. And how do you feel about him?
Oh yeah, I love my dad. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Yeah. Amazing. Are you doing the silent prayer?
Yes, I do the silent prayer. Yeah. I actually, I wanted to see it for myself.
Yeah.
And so I started going through the book of Psalms, and one of the verses said, because I always pray. I pray in the morning, I pray in the evening. But the way your thought process was about praying, I was like, okay, God convict me of it. Let me see it. And then I was reading through the Psalm, and he said, commune with your heart among your, in your bed. And then he says, meditate. He says, David said, consider my meditation. So all of that made me think about, communing with your own mind, meditating, and kind of just relaxing and, letting the mind, go free and think about, get away from those thoughts. So I can see it now. So, yeah, I started doing that.
That's amazing. So are you still doing the little hooping and hollering prayer and stuff?
The hooping and hollering, I never did that. Yeah, I never did that.
Amazing. Kenneth, I really wish you well. I love the fact that you realize that, yes, you're married to this woman. Yes, she's older than you, and it's something you got into without understanding or seeing what you were getting into. But in the midst of the storm, you can overcome it by overcoming anger, by overcoming the thoughts, and you'll be fine. I don't know, she has to work on herself, but you'll be fine in that situation. Right.
And yeah, I believe she, God's moving on her heart in different ways. She's still a great woman. I still got a lot of good things to say about her. But
what makes her a great
that
woman?
Part of the relationship, that is what it is.
Yeah. What makes her a great woman?
What makes her great?
Yeah.
I think that she is, she takes care of of our child. She's good with her. She's always, into like the health and the wellness and all that stuff. And she's instilling all of that into our child. So just that alone, she's doing what she needs to do as a mother. She's cooking. She's cleaning. She's doing all of that, so
nice.
She's fulfilling her role.
Right on. Yeah. Amazing call, Ken. I really wish you well, man. Stay with the prayer and just relax. Let every thought go, except practical thoughts. You got to go to work, do things like that. But you don't live by those thoughts anyway. And just and the truth will completely take you over and guide your whole life. It's going to be amazing.
Okay, thank you, sir. I enjoy your podcast. I wish you well.
Thank you. You too, and call me again, man.
Okay,
All right. All right.
Bye.
Bye now.